Hello and welcome to Untitled Tarot, and today I will be doing a video on how to strengthen your intuition. But first, how to strengthen your intuition by understanding what it is. It was brought to my attention that I really did not focalize, didn't really quite explain what the intuition is. Maybe some people aren't sure what it is and why you should use it and when you should use it and all those questions, right? Now, I first want to thank Matthew for helping me with this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, so let's begin. So, what intuition is good to improve? What intuition would improve? First of all, intuition, if I give you the short answers, it would improve basically everything. Second of all, now everything is a very wide range of things, right? Basically, your intuition would improve the way you interact with people, when you interact with people, when you would interact with people, who you would interact with, when would be the best time for you to speak, and those kinds of things. So it's basically will help you live a better life in general, like what to do when you'll get like an intuitive hit at some point that'll like send you on a specific path that would seem completely bizarre to you, but if you you'll get like a download, it'll say go this way instead of going that way. If you're used to going one way and somehow your intuition tells you go this way, right, and you're like, but this is not my normal route. But if you go that way, maybe something very amazing will unfurl that you have been wanting to do for a very long time, but though you would not have been able to do that thing that you wanted to do if you had not taken that little detour on that day. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me know in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist if it doesn't. Alright? Because I am very aware of the fact that I can talk in parables or metaphors or what have you, which might seem very weird to some. So I admit it and I embrace the fact that I'm not completely seemingly here sometimes, alright? Now, the next question that I was suggested to answer is, why is intuition important to use? Now, this is closely related to what I just talked about, but the why is that, okay, so I talked of the what, right? What would intuition improve in your life? Now, why would intuition be important to use? Because it would improve a lot of things. That's just it. It would improve your interpersonal communication skills, which is what I have worked on for a very long time. Because, and I'm going to take my example, okay? Why is intuition important to use? Why? Well, because I'm pretty certain that on November the 19th, 2008, my intuition told me don't cross the flippin' street at this point in time. And yet, I did. And what happened to me? I was hit by a car. Surprise! It's been 13 years. Yes, I know. But do you know how long it took me to get back from that? It took me years, a ton of money, a ton of effort, a ton of blood, well, not blood, but sweat, tears, all of that. Okay? And I could have not gone through all of that just by having listened to my intuition and waited for another 30 minutes for the next bus to come. But no, I wanted to get home fast, and so I did this stupid thing, right? I didn't listen to my intuition and I got hit by a car because I didn't listen to my intuition. That is one example. Another example is that I did not listen to my intuition when it came to a karmic relationship. And for those of you who have no idea what a karmic relationship is, well, a karmic relationship is a relationship that you learn, that is meant for you to learn from, but until you learn from it, it is excessively painful. It's very hard. It hurts. You feel heartbroken. You get all depressed. And I went through that. Okay, I went through that for 2 years. Okay, you can say a year and a half. At the end of that year and a half, my parents sent me to my country of origin, Armenia, in order to get me out of this funk. And they sent me there for 3 months. Well, I kind of went because I knew I had to go, because I knew I had to get that situation out of my mind. And it worked, partly. But I'm just saying, if I had used my intuition in regards to that connection, I would not have lost a year and a flippin' half. Because my intuition told me, don't do what you're gonna do. Don't listen to your heart only. You know, like, okay, yeah, go on that date, but like, don't do more. It's not worth it. And did I listen? No, I did not. So I could have saved years. Okay, I'm just saying, learn from my example. But I know that this is a very touchy subject, and sometimes you need to go through it yourself to learn. Okay? That's exactly why I need to go through this, so that I can learn. And so just utilize your intuition and use it and listen to it. Helps sometimes. You know, mainly your ego self will tell you one thing, but then your intuition will tell you something else. And that's when you know that your intuition is that voice from your higher self that is telling you, now is not the time. Now is not the time. Now is not the time. See, if I had listened to my intuition, I possibly might have had something, I don't know, better. Okay, yeah. Better with that person that I felt so. That was my karmic at the time. But it was a learning experience. And that was needed for me to grow up and become better. Now, next question. When is intuition needed? Always. Always. Especially, well, I know always is like a very broad answer. That's basically, I'm going to basically answer these questions with a broad answer. And then I'll just basically go deeper into it. So, when is the intuition needed? Always. More specifically, it's needed when your intuition, well, your ego tells you one thing, and you consciously know that it would be better for you not to do it, but you don't do it anyway. As well as the moments where you're like, this is not in my usual, like, or the moments where you would not do it because you don't have the habit of doing it, and it would actually be better serving for you to do it and to get out of your comfort zone. In that sense, right? Now, for that specific example, for that specific explanation, I have an example. So I generally don't, I'm not afraid anymore of falling flat on my face. I've fallen flat on my face multiple times post-accident. Did I mention I was hit by a car at age 19? I think I did. But anyway, I've made so many mistakes since my accident that I really don't care at this point if I fall flat on my face. I don't. What's gonna happen? I'll be socially rejected. You see, I was socially rejected when I was a kid, and so I really don't give a shit anymore. People forget these things. They're short-lived. I really don't mind, right? For short periods of time. In any case, that is me, okay? Don't take every single thing I say. Use your intuition. Use your higher self. What rings true for you? That is what you need to listen to. Right? So when is intuition needed? Intuition is needed, like I said, always. More specifically, when your ego, when you want to be able to see the differentiation between your ego and your higher self. What your soul is asking you to do. In other words, who could benefit from it? Everyone. Everyone. It could be useful for teenagers who are indecisive of what outfit to buy. It could be someone. I've used my intuition to decide what meal to eat, what would be best for me to wear, what would be a better outcome, not an outcome, but what would be a better occupation, what would I love to do, things of that sort. It helps in every aspect of your life. Now, who would it who would it benefit? Yeah, it would benefit everybody. That's what I was answering at the time. Who would it benefit? Everybody. Anyone can use it. It could be used by professionals. It could be used by school children. It could be used by parents. It could be used by grandparents. It could be used by uncles. Whatever, right? Teachers. It could be used for pets. It could be used for crushes. It could be used for friends. It could be used for anything. And your intuition is like a muscle. Okay, you need to use it to improve it. All right. Then, last question: where can intuition help? In every single aspect of your life, if you so choose. Right? Everywhere. Basically, I don't know where intuition won't help. Right? Intuition helped me get out of sticky wickets. Intuition helped me pick the right meal. Intuition helped me pick the right outfit. Intuition helped me pick the right people to talk to. Intuition once you get used to utilizing your intuition will help you with everything. I mean, I already know how to utilize it in such a way that when I go into a room, I can just scan the room, and then wherever I'm drawn to, I know that I should go there. Right? I know that I should go there because my angels and guides kind of, they lead me to important things. So I do what they say, and I feel like some of these things are spaced out. Not only spaced out, but also on a longer period of time for a specific reason. Maybe it's not the right timing for that person, right? I'm thinking specifically about something that happened last week. Okay. I mean, my intuition was like, okay, talk to this person, and then it's like, okay, bye. Like, leave him, talk to them. Leave him, talk to them. Leave them, talk to them. And like, just, once you get used to listening to your intuition more than your ego, you'll start just trusting your intuition, more, and being able to get more done, right? And at some point, you'll stop asking questions and you'll just follow your intuition. And I know at some point it gets kind of scary because you're like, but I know better than this, but your intuition's like, yes, but we see higher. Okay, well, why is that? Because like your intuition is mainly and partly between your higher self, which could be comprised of your angels, your guides, your ancestors, or your source energy, source consciousness, which is like a bird's eye perspective of what is happening. I've heard, all right, that I'm trying to explain it in a way that isn't so woohoo and so out there. So think of a grid, okay? Think of everything in the universe on a grid, but like a 3D grid, okay? And on this 3D grid, you can feel the the movement. You can feel the movement of the grid, right? Which would be like very similar to being in water, right? When there's a wave coming, you feel the water like ebb and flow. That is what I mean. You can feel the movement on the grid. I hope I'm making sense. So you feel the movement on the grid, and so you know something's coming. And it has happened to me, okay? Whenever I know that, and I've learned this in the past couple of years, whenever I feel a massive lesson coming in, I feel ecstatic. I'll feel like incredible amounts of jolts of energy. I'll just feel like something big is coming. And for me, because I've had difficulty with my love life, it's mainly been like, ooh, like a great love is coming towards me and whatnot, or whatever, right? And so you can feel that ebb and flow. And I felt that ebb and flow. But you see, I felt it coming in, and right where so at some point during that lesson, I stopped listening to my intuition and decided to listen to my what is the wording I want to use? Listen to my emotions more. And that was less interesting and less that is when my ego came out. And it's kind of sad because it ended badly, but I mean, it was a learning lesson. So because of that learning lesson, I'm now in front of you guys telling you why is intuition important, when intuition is important, who is intuition important, blah blah blah, right? So I mean, so you will feel basically when you are tapped into an understanding of your intuition, you will basically know when something big is coming. You'll be able to prepare for it, and as also it will help you be able to basically do anything. Let it be an exam. It'll help you know how much to study. It will help you know what to go towards, what not to go towards. Like, for example, okay, my grandfather is trying to get me to drive. I have had this aversion of driving since I was young. Okay, I took the classes, but I was kind of like second guessing myself. And before my learner's permit expired, I had my accident. And now at this point, I'm like, you know what? Driving would actually be counterintuitive because I would be a menace to society on the road. And I mean, and I'm sure people are like, well, you talk a lot about creating your reality. And I'm like, yes, that's true. I might be creating my reality right now. But to be quite honest with you, if I don't have to drive, I'd rather not. I'm more in alignment with being more beneficial for the environment, as well as the fact that I don't want to make mistakes while driving because of my accident. I don't do well with surprises. I just don't. And when I am in front of a surprise, I get impulsive, and when I get impulsive, I do stupid things, and when I do stupid things, I put myself in danger. Not only myself, and if this happens on the street, on the road, alright, I'm not only putting myself in danger, but I'm also putting everyone else on the road in danger. And so, in order to avoid manslaughter, I would prefer not to drive a car. But it's like I'm selling you guys something, but that is me. Alright, basically, it's my intuition telling me, no for driving. I mean, my grandfather could argue the other side, but I'd rather not, try. I would rather not put other people in danger, is what I'm trying to say. So, if you guys have any questions about anything I just said, because I mean, I don't know, I tried to I followed some pointers, and if it was going pretty much everywhere, you can ask questions. I love answering questions, okay? So please leave them in the box below in the comments section, okay? Now, so that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous collective, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!